For those of you who've been following my content, you'll know that I've been supporting the New York Times Tech Guild strike by avoiding playing the New York Times games. Well, the strike is over. They have not actually reached a new contract, but they are going back to negotiate and say that they are also going back to work. So I'm going to be playing the New York Times games again until and unless told otherwise by the unions. So I just figured I'd read this official release by the union so that we're all on the same page about what's going on. So, New York Times Tech Guild, we showed our strength and our value to the Times. Workers who power all New York Times technology, including mobile push alerts, app and website maintenance, and the popular games, end Election Week ULP strike. Now we'll bring our fight inside as we return to work. New York, the New York Times Tech Guild, the union that makes the coverage at the New York Times accessible to the world, has wrapped up an Election Week ULP strike, having shown Times management the impact of their solidarity and unity. Tech Guild members will return to work Tuesday and march into the office together in the morning as a symbol of what's to come for the Times. Our Election Week ULP strike was a warning to the Times, said Kathy Zhang, Tech Guild unit chair and senior analytics manager at the New York Times. We clearly demonstrated how valuable our work is to the New York Times, especially on election night, and showed that we have the full support of subscribers and allies across the country going forward. Tech Guild members are advising supporters they can resume playing New York Times games as well as using the cooking app. Instead of bargaining with the Tech Guild, Times executives stubbornly put a critically important election day at risk. The New York Times earned a notorious distinction on Election Day, as it was the site of the first News Guild-CWA strike coinciding with a presidential election in 60 years. A quick look at some of the impact the Tech Guild had on election night coverage through the ULP strike. No state-level or non-presidential needles were live on election night. iOS News was not displaying ads intermittently, a significant loss of revenue for the company. The apps and website were slow to load. Publishing issues produced intermittent and visible error messages for readers on articles and updates. And Times subscribers received hundreds of thousands of emails with broken links. The systems and digital products that worked over the election did so thanks to the hundreds of unit members who worked for months preparing everything to run smoothly, Zhang said. What broke down during the strike broke because our members weren't at work. Subscribers across the country showed Tech Guild's solidarity by boycotting the cooking app, as well as the New York Times games such as Wordle and Connections. Tech Guild members even created their own game site akin to a strike publication that earned more than 500,000 page views and more than 320,000 active users. Times management, in particular CEO Meredith Kopit-Levine and Chief Technology Officer Jason Sobel, made the conscious decision to put the Times journalism at risk on election night rather than come to the bargaining table and work with us to get this contract completed, said Anthony DePoli, News Guild of New York treasurer. Our members will continue to fight until a fair contract is served. We will accept nothing less. Okay, so that is their statement. So they are going back to work. They're going back to bargain for contract terms that are amenable to all. And starting tomorrow or Tuesday, I will be posting the New York Times games again.